Hi there. If you've seen my latest couple of posts, you will probably notice that I have been a bit struggling with lockdown. That's kind of surprised me, and it's probably surprised a lot of people that know me because I'm known to be quite a strong person, and here I am struggling. Um, so I wanted to share my experience, and maybe people can connect with it. So when I was a kid and I used to go away from home, my dad would say, "Oh, there's been a hole in the house." And I never really understood that. I thought there was an actual hole, but there was a Tracy size hole, right? So when my kids went away on school trips and whatever, you could feel the same, that hole, something was missing. So you have your life. So I've got my life, and my life is happy, and I do all my things. I go to the gym, I go to the gigs, I've got my mates, I see my children and my grandchildren. Um, I work full time, and I'm running Tracy's Learning and Coaching and building workshops. So all the time my life is busy, busy, busy. And suddenly lockdown has made all of that stop. Every single thing stops. So I have a lockdown size hole in my life, which is enormous. I mean, I'm not belittling anybody else's. Everybody else has this going on. So what I have been doing, and I think what a lot of people have been doing, is trying to fill that hole with crap. Food, drink, coping mechanisms that are enabling you to forget that, this is the world we're living in at the moment. So the lack of energy, I've not been exercising like I normally have, which means I have less energy to do stuff. I've been sitting around going meh, wasting whole days and wondering what's happened by the end of the day. Absolutely nothing. But everybody is telling me that that's okay, and we're all doing this, so that's okay, and that's absolutely fine. But I couldn't get myself out of this. There's something wrong, and I didn't feel depressed, but this lack of motivation made me feel like I was depressed. And I was beginning to question myself and question what I'm doing and who I am. So the lack of exercise gives me this lack of endorphins, lack of drive that I normally have. So I've just been meandering around, nothing to do in the evenings because I'm not going to the gym. So I'll have a drink after dinner because that's all right, because I've got nothing else to do. So I don't sleep very well on drink, which means I'm not sleeping very well. And then you get this perpetual cycle. So I talked to one of my very good friends yesterday, and bouncing ideas off of him, and which has been really good. It's really helped me. So I was reminded of this. So I don't know if you've heard of Maslow. So he's a humanist in the 40s, I believe. So he's got this 5-tier model, okay, a pyramid. And the idea is it's a hierarchy. You've got your base of your pyramid has to be met before you can go up a level, and that level is being met. So if you have a look, let me make sure you can see it. I'm hoping that you can read everything. So psychological, the physiological needs. You need food, you need water, you need warmth, so shelter, a house, a home, and you need to have rest. So they are basic needs that need to be met. So these basic needs come along with your safety needs. So, you need money, so employment, really. So a lot of people are struggling with money at the moment, waiting for money to come in. I know I am, being self-employed. I don't get anything for a while, but I've got enough. I just have to cut my cloth, so that's okay. So then you've got the fear of this virus. So a lot of people are living in fear of it. They're worried about their health. So if these basic needs aren't met, then that's becomes a problem. So I'm here and I've got all of these being met. I've dealt with the fear, and I'm not worried about the virus in the slightest. I have enough money, I've got security, I've got a place to live, I've got enough food, I've got water, I've got warmth. So all of these things, I've got home, I've got everything that I need, basic. So then if you've got these, then you can go on to this next level, belongingness and love. So for, you know, intimate relationships, friends and family. So it's that connection that you feel with people. So if you don't get this, you don't get it off of the screen. So I'm FaceTiming people all the time. I'm talking to my daughter daily and my granddaughter daily and other, you know, family members a lot. But you don't get that connection, you know, friends, we're having group chats and I'm enjoying talking to them, don't get me wrong, but I miss the connection. So that is the bit that has really caused me real problems, is not feeling connected the way I used to. So going to the gym wasn't just about going to the gym. I saw friends, people that I'd met through the gym, but we'd have a giggle and chat before, chat after. You know, you've got to know these people over years, and I've got some really good special people at the gym. So again, texting and maybe FaceTiming isn't the same, because I want to do my exercise with them, and because I'm exercising alone, it's a little bit dull. You know, I've got my internet, I've got YouTube, but I haven't got somebody there. I haven't got Tash to hang out with and be silly with and to keep me going, because I enjoy their company. Yeah? I definitely enjoy Tasha's company. So if I haven't got that, that's where I got stuck. I wanted my old connection. I wanted the connection that I've always had. I love people's energy, and without seeing people face to face, I don't have that connection. Or I felt I didn't. So that's put me on a off balance. You know, I've lost my connection to people. My life has changed. I'm not going to gigs, which means people that I see a lot at gigs, I'm no longer seeing them. There's no other way of seeing them. One of my really good friends that I go to gigs with has been diagnosed with incurable cancer. Very young, and I can't do anything. I can't see him, I can't be with him, I can't go and chat to him, because he's obviously on an at-risk thing. So the things I would normally do at this point, I can't do. I'm stuck. So then the next thing on the Maslow hierarchy is esteem. So I have esteem from other people, regard from other people. I still have, you know, somebody texted me this morning and said, oh, they love the last videos. I've got really good friends that tell me how wonderful I am. My daughter tells me how wonderful I am. My granddaughter wrote an amazing poem which involved me in it. Not just me, but it was really special. So I am still needed. But because I am not, in this esteem is self-esteem. So, but I'm not doing what I normally do. You know, I'm not completing daily tasks. You know, for other people, we are our own worst enemy. You know, people are saying, well, it doesn't matter what you do because you've got months of this. Don't do too much too early, Tracy. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not exercising properly. I'm not keeping the house clean. I could keep the house clean at least, but I wasn't. You know, house is clean. But I wasn't keeping it clean. I was just surviving from day to day. So I don't feel self-esteem, you know, freedoms. I have no freedom now to do what I want. I'm stuck. I have to do what the state tells me to do. Sit at home and do nothing. This has played havoc with my mental health. To be stuck indoors. I'm not exercising, which means I'm not getting the endorphins. I'm going stir crazy. I do go out and exercise, and I am fortunate, as you saw, I'm fortunate to live in a beautiful part of the country that, you know, I can go to the beach, I can go and walk. So that isn't a problem. But then, because I'm no longer completing everything that I want to do, I'm not doing as much work on Tracy's Learning and Coaching, and I'm not doing stuff that I would normally do. It isn't anything in particular. I have got I've got less self-worth. I'm starting to question myself and who am I, and you know, am I here to do this? Should I just stop doing all of this and go and have fun? So because I am not getting I am not validating myself, I'm looking for outside influence to validate me. So social medias and getting likes for things that I'm doing and pictures I'm putting up. But it's all very short-lived and all not really worth it. So it gets a bit meh really quickly. And I'm left feeling not even depressed or low, but just lack of motivation to do anything. And I think loads of people are stuck in this lack of motivation. So I've put this up on my website. I'll put this up on Tracy's Learning and Coaching Facebook, because I want you to look at the Maslow sign and see whether you are being fulfilled in all of these things. Because if you're stuck in things here that aren't right, then you can't move up the scale. You can't fix other things. You can't be satisfied your esteem if your psychological or physiological needs aren't being met. So then you've got the top layer, and you can only get this self-fulfillment if all of this is already being met. So my previous life before lockdown, I had my food, my water, my shelter, you know, I had money and employment, and I've learnt to live without fear, and I had my health and I had my fitness, and all of these things are being met. You know, I have people that love me, and going to the gym is great fun, and I'm connecting with people and connecting with family, and people. I work really hard at what I do, both in the car and doing TLC work, so I feel good about myself, and people tell me I'm doing a good job, so I'm getting all of this validation, so I can then reach my next potential, which is helping people to move them on, writing my book and preparing workshops and things. So, but without that has to happen last. I can't write a book on being the best you can be and teaching people about workshops about how their body and their mind are connected, and how chemicals are running your thoughts and your thoughts are running your chemicals. I can't do any of that if my basic needs aren't met or my psychological needs aren't met. So having a little, maybe it was that lack of connection that stopped me from moving. It's great to talk to people online. It's great to be, but it isn't the same. I'm not getting that energy transference. I'm not hugging my daughter or my granddaughter that, when she's sad, all I want to do is squeeze her, and I can't. So I'm pretty helpless, and who I am is no longer who I am. So I've really struggled with that. So I'm getting further and further down the can't be bothered all the time. Yesterday I did nothing. I talked to my daughter on the phone. Everybody else is saying, yes, you did. But for me, I did nothing. I am here to do stuff, and I'm not driven to do anything. I'm just literally sitting scrolling Facebook, Twitter, social media. Hey, like my post, show me that I'm important. And, it's just too short-lived. That dopamine hit that I'm getting isn't worthwhile. I have to like me. I have to like what I'm doing. So working through this with one of my friends last night, thank you Nick for talking to me. You know, it is just bouncing ideas off of somebody else. And I remembered this Maslow chart. And I thought, okay, well, my psychological needs aren't being met. And then I looked at them and my psychological needs are being met. You know, people are checking up on me all the time. My daughter phones me every morning and we have a chat and I see my granddaughter. So I am connected, I'm just not connected in the same way. And I can't be connected in the same way at the moment because I've got to keep her safe. You know, I'm not too worried about me. You know, I'm not going to die of the virus. I'm, you know, fit and healthy and I have no problem, you know, part of me would like a very small, only small dose, please, universe, but that would mean that I would be resilient to it in the future because my body would know how to survive it. I don't want to be ill, obviously, but, you know, that's my mentality is, you know, but I don't want to give it to other people, so I'm not going out and I'm not touching people and I'm not connecting with people and I'm keeping my distance from people all the time because I obviously want to keep them safe. But I am connecting with people. People texting me, hi, how are you doing? You know, I've had 3 or 4 people today text to check I'm okay. I had one person that said that they just text to say hello and that they liked my videos that I've done in the last few days, which spurred me on to make sure I'm going to do this, to tell you that, you know, that's where I was getting stuck. You know, I want this connection. I'm getting the connection, I'm just getting it in a different way. I have been living this life where I am trying to feel my life, the life that I had has disappeared. I have a life-size hole in my life. So what am I doing? You know, I'm eating. Oh my God, am I eating? You know, I don't drink, you know, because I go to gigs Fridays and Saturday nights. I'm driving to go to Boscombe or whatever to go to gigs. So I can't drink, so I don't drink, but I go out and dance and I'm fine. I don't need alcohol. But suddenly it's just like, well, what do you do in the evenings? Before I used to go to the gym. I used to have a glass of wine with dinner. Now I go to the gym every night, Monday to Thursday. I don't drink because I'm at the gym, and when I get home it's 9 o'clock, so I have a cup of tea and go to bed. There's nothing, you know, basically I usually live alone, so, you know, I'll go and do my stuff that I need to do and then go to bed. Boring household stuff, but, you know, that's my life. None of that is happening. So what shall I do instead? Well, I'll fill it with a little drink because it makes me feel a little bit better. But actually, and I don't sleep because I've had a drink. I have 2 hours of good sleep and then that's it. It's gone. The rest of the night's gone. So that's why I was up in the middle of the night talking to my wonderful friend, Nick, who kept me company and bounced some ideas and reminded me of things that I've fed to him over the years. And that's what friends do. They bounce ideas around each other. And I am truly blessed that I have lots of really good, important people. So the idea of the video is, are your needs being met? If your needs are not being met, I hope you can see it, but it is on my Tracy's Learning and Coaching Facebook page. I've already uploaded it. If they are not being met, you are going to get coping strategies in order to fill that, to make you feel like they are being met. Quick fixes: alcohol, drink, maybe drugs, smoking weed, whatever it is. That is your coping strategy to deal with this life that we now have. You are trying to fill a life-size hole with something, and maybe that's not actually filling that hole. It's just you keep filling it because it's not your life, right? It's not you. You are not. Your life is no longer there. It's on pause. So we have to find other things to fill it. Some people are better at it than others, and you're so lucky. But I feel like I'm getting there now. I've been really stuck, but now I'm there. So I hope this has helped, and I hope this has given you some idea that if you need to fill it with other things, if you're not dealing with life as good as you can, please get in touch. You know, I've got plenty of time on my hands, and if somebody wants a chat and somebody wants to talk and connect with me, I'm happy to do face-to-faces. And I'm happy to make somebody's life better. There are online workshops that I am going to restart doing again now because I am back on it. But there's a couple on the workshops on YouTube and Facebook already. So take a look at them. But if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to connect with, message me. I am here and I am willing to talk to you. So I hope this has helped. Anything else, you know, thanks for listening. And I hope that giving you my story maybe has helped you to connect some dots as well. So if you need any help, get in touch. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Stay safe. Take care.